Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope you guys are all having a great and absolute amazing Wednesday. So today was a pretty eventful day when it came down to the live trading session that we host within the Learn Plan Profit lesson library. So when I go live for this private group Learn Plan Profit, right? It's that first link in the description every single morning, right? We've been absolutely killing it. Monday, I had one of my biggest days this week. I covered a little bit over $2,500 profit. I'll show you guys that. You guys can check out the video on top of that as well. Also on yesterday, Tuesday, I hit my daily goal of $500, right? A little bit over $500, putting me, at a little bit over $3,000, almost at $3,100 just for 2 days of trading. Today, within my live trading session within Learn Plan Profit, within 1 hour to maybe 1 hour and 20 minutes, I made a little bit over $300. I shared it both in TechBud Solutions and Learn Plan Profit. And guess what I did? Can you guys guess? So I'm live right now, so people can actually see what it is that I want to see your guys' interaction. What do you guys think I did? I overtraded, and the reason that I'm happy that I'm making this video, because I don't think I've made this video in quite a while. It's a concept that I've talked about multiple times, and it's simply overtrading, right? Especially when you already hit, the biggest thing that bothers me about what I did today is that it comes down to the understanding that, I already hit my my weekly goal, right? So my weekly goal is 10 to 15% growth. So with that understanding, within the first 2 days, within the first day, I already hit my goal itself. And the second day, I don't know if you guys tuned in for that live trading session, but for my second day, I did a live, what was it that I was talking about? My top 10 stocks yesterday. And you guys saw that I locked in profits, right? I showed you guys the profits that I locked in on ticker symbol, I believe it was DGAS, right? So this was my day, right? This was my day on Monday. So a little bit over $2,500 profit, shows all my closed positions. This was my day yesterday. I locked in profits. Honestly, when I was trading live yesterday and I did that live stream, that was very inconsiderate of me. I should not have taken that extra position. I was already over $500. I literally made an extra $50, $50 to maybe $55, and that dollar margin of profit was so irrelevant that that second position that I took for the day was just not necessary. And today, within again the first hour, again I was trading JNUG, SQQ, and WTI. And guess what I did? I saw this pattern on WTI. I was up over $300 on the day. I didn't hit my daily goal, but I was like, how cool would it be if I could, hit my daily goal? Again, be at around $3,600 for the 3 days of trading. I thought that was going to be something that, just that motivated me. But again, what was I motivated by? The dollar return. And I hope that you guys could use my experience as an example that I'm going to first talk to you about WTI. So WTI was offering a horizontal pattern. We've talked about it multiple times that sometimes it needs a little bit more time to identify its direction, right? And then the crude oil report came out, and there was this very aggressive sell-off. The crude oil report comes out every Wednesday, 1 hour after the market opens, right? It offered a very aggressive sell-off. And because of that, I thought it would be a good dip buy opportunity. And it was, in a sense, because after this dip buy and after it began to recover and it hit that middle VWAP, I sold. And that's when I locked in the $303 profit. But guess what? It came back down again and I bought back in, right? I bought back in. I was up, right? I was up a little bit over $400. And guess what? Got rejected. It went up again. And I was so greedy to chase the dollar value. And again, I talk about this all the time. I was literally chasing the dollar value today. And I want my mistake to be something that you guys understand. I can't stress this enough, and I know you're going to most likely have to experience it on yourself, but I just wanted to share my experience with you guys, and I hope at least just one of you guys can benefit from this idea of not over trading, right? I saw that it was already showing signs of a descending pattern, right? It was trading between the middle and bottom VWAP. The overall SMA line was pointing down. It was showing signs of a sell-off. Yet, I was so motivated to try to hit $500 profit on the day. Even when I took a position when I shouldn't have, right, because of that descending pattern, and I was up, guess what? I didn't lock in profits. It sold off. It pushed right back up. I was up again. Did not lock in profits. It sold off. And then then how many of you guys have ever gone through this mental warfare where you're just like, wow, let me just sell it back at where I bought it at, right around 780, right? And then when it gets to 780, maybe I'll just hold on to it a little bit more and give it the chance, and then it gets rejected. Like, dang it, I should have sold it, right? Like, I'm literally not saying anything that is strange. It's literally probably something that each and every single one of you guys has or will experience. How many of you guys have ever done that? Like, I want you guys to see or share, how many of you guys have ever like, okay, I'm going to sell at the price that I bought it for because I should not have bought it. And then it gets to that price and you're just like, maybe I'll, hold it for a little bit longer. and it's honestly, it's so funny because it's such a beginner mistake. And it just got the best of me today. I was so pumped on my streak of the $2,500 profit that I made on Monday, the $500 profit that I made yesterday. And I was like, I could literally not trade for the rest of the week and I would still hit my weekly goal, right? The $2,500 to $3,000 on a weekly basis, 10 to 15%. For those that aren't familiar with how much I trade with, I share it multiple times. If you're part of TechBot Solutions, if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, I share it on all my videos. I trade with about $15,000 to $30,000 per position. And guess what? Today, it got the best of me. I want to make sure that if you guys take anything from all my videos, like, yes, yesterday I shared how I made $500 profit, and yes, it might be very inspiring and very motivating. That's great. $2,500 profit, that's great. It's very motivating and very inspiring. Today is the day where you should actually take notes. Write it. Again, I gave everyone access to this Learn Plan Profit, criteria checklist. One of the biggest things that I would write in big red, like lettering would be don't overtrade, right? Look how much I'm down right now. So on WTI, $357 down on the day, right? How horrible is that, right? Going from and the sad thing was that WTI was my smallest profit for the day, right? JNUG was was supposedly my biggest profit for the day, $126. It's just so it's such a beginner mistake. Easiest way that I can put it. It's a very beginner mistake that I made. And I hope that you guys can truly, right now, pause the video, or it's live. So for those that are tuning in live, I'm sorry that you can't. But literally just, you should have that checklist next to you, right? Regardless if it's not my checklist, you should have your own criteria checklist. I mean, I have mine, right? I have mine every single time that I trade. So if there's something new that you learn and you think it's better on a piece of paper, print this little piece of paper out, right? Post it on your wall and continue to update it. One of the biggest mistakes that I made today that I would encourage you to write down on a piece of paper is over trading. Nothing was meeting my criteria. And I didn't think I was going to take a position today. And I said that to everyone that's part of Learn Plan Profit. Some things went according to my plan because of this aggressive sell-off, and I saw it to be a good dip buy opportunity. So I started taking advantage of these opportunities, right? And yes, WTI is on the 180-day chart. It's not a penny stock, right? It's a good company. It's showing signs of a continuous uptrend pattern, and it's a little bit on the oversold side, so it's due for a nice little push up. Yes, I'm sure it will recover. But that's not the principle. That's not the point. The point is I took a position when the overall direction, again, keyword direction, was not in my favor. Everything was telling me that this was a descending pattern. And how many of you guys have ever been so forced and chased and have truly just chased that dollar value? Myself, multiple times, not just today. I'm not going to just say that it was just today, right? I do it so many times. One of my biggest struggles is not cutting losses, right? It's not, there's a huge joke that, people have of me within Learn Plan Profit that I lock in profits way too early, right? I think it was JNUG when I took a position, I locked in profits at 925. They got to watch me trade live and it pushed up all the way up to 950. Huge FOMO. But again, that's not my biggest flaw. My biggest flaw is I have such a passion for trading. And again, this is some of you guys might relate to me, that I stand behind my computer. Yes, I'm responding to messages and stuff like that, but I love trading so much that I tend to overtrade. And it's one of my biggest flaws that I will have to continue to work on. And I literally have to step away from my computer because it's too much temptation. And if any of you guys are like remotely close to me, one of the biggest just phrases that I would write wherever it is that you trade, right? Over trading. So every time that you're about to take your position, you don't have to look at the small fonts of things that might be important, but you at least look at that. Over trading. One of the biggest mistakes. And again, yes, like it's starting to recover, and I'm sure that I can still break even for the day or end a little bit green, but that's not the focus. The focus is that I took a position when the overall direction was not in my favor. Biggest mistake that you can make. If nothing is meeting your criteria, one of the biggest like self-improvements that you can have is having the self-discipline to not take a position. And that's something that I'm going to continue to work on as time goes on. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I truly hope that you guys can learn from my mistake. Because again, the green days that I have when I have, the $2,500 days, the $500 days, you guys see me have those every single day, right? Or every single week. And those don't benefit you in any way. And I see why so many of you guys like me sharing these specific like mistakes that I made, because I know so many of you guys more can benefit from this specific content. So I truly hope that, again, I've made this video before, I truly hope that you guys, or at least one of you guys, benefits from it. If you guys do, feel free to direct message me on maybe something that you're struggling with. I would love to just conversate with you guys and share my mistakes, my best practices with each and every single one of you. You guys know what it is that we need to do, right? Trade in what you see value in and forget about what you don't. Did you guys hear about the news about like Canada approving, or legalizing cannabis, right? So a bunch of like very low cap, like NLST, CGC, and all these different stocks sold off very aggressively due to like the negative impact that it could have, right? But like one of the biggest things that I try to focus on with our community is making sure that you understand what you invest in. So again, another perfect example. So many of you guys can start trading these very low cap penny stocks, and again, risk it to get the biscuit, right? It's a joke that we state, but again, you're going to discourage yourself to ever trade again in the long run because you're going to drain your account, especially if you're not paper trading. If you cannot make sense of why you're entering and exiting a position, you should not be trading. And I think that's what would be the most effective like strategy that you could develop. Forget about what every other trader is telling you. Forget about what it is that I'm saying, right? If you do not understand what it is that you're doing on a day-to-day basis when you enter and exit a position, that should be your sole focus. Not how much money that you can make, not how much you can grow your account, but understanding why you're entering and why you're exiting a position. That would be my sole focus for you today, and to not overtrade, right? So I want to thank you guys again so much for your time. Again, I'll keep you guys up to date on YouTube and on Instagram with my overall position on how I end the day. There's still about an hour and a half left for the market open, and then about 3 to 4 hours after the market closes that WTI can still trade. So I'll let you guys know on what I end up doing. I'll probably end up selling some of my shares right now, but that's really just it. So thank you guys again so much for your time. All the links are down below if you guys want to stay connected. I uploaded this, like, if you guys have even just 1 minute, if I can have 1 minute of your guys' time, Michael, which is our guy that helps us out with our media, made this amazing video about the new GTR that I just bought. It's one of the lowest price 2016 Nissan GTR Black Editions in the USA. He made this super cool edit. And for those that like kind of like very cool visual edits and love GTRs like myself, I would encourage you to check this out. Also, if you're trying and struggling to find helpful videos that you want to have access for free to help you get started, I have this helpful video playlist. And obviously, we run the largest free Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market, a little bit over 160,000 members. And then once you get accepted to our Facebook group, one of the biggest values that you would get would be our free Discord chat, which you could find on the top pinned post. For those that, I talked about it very briefly. For those that want to be able to watch me trade live in the stock market, like I said, that's the Learn, Plan, Profit group. That's that first link in the description. So again, everything is provided for you down below. I hope you guys absolutely kill it. Hope you guys lock in profits. And again, let's invest for the future, not just for today. Hope you guys have an amazing day. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.